Alright, yo, what's up, guys? So, I'm actually filming this intro like a couple months after I put my Cold Air Intake on. I've just been forgetting to film this intro and put this video together, so I guess it'll finally be up, so let's go see how it went. Alright, so we're outside and I'm gonna show you how to install this Roush Cold Air Intake on your EcoBoost Mustang. Here I have the Cold Air Intake, 1/4" socket set, needle nose pliers, pan removal tools, my tablet for instructions, and a super dirty engine bay, but let's get started. I'll show you how to do it, and hopefully it makes my car sound good. And I plan to get a tune hopefully soon, so that'll make it nice. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you do is we're gonna disconnect the battery and then loosen this clamp up, take off the sensor, take the whole lid off. Then we're gonna come through, remove the bolt connecting it to the body. After that, remove these two. There's two clamps down there. I'll try to get a better, to remove, and then the whole thing just comes out like that. So I guess we're gonna start with removing the take out the battery and then removing the tube. All right, now with the batteries connected, we're gonna go just a 10mm socket. We're gonna loosen. Oh shoot! Actually, hold on. All right. And now with a 7mm socket, let's loosen this one out. So now we loosened the clamp, and now it's time to take out the sensor. Take out a sensor, you just push this part in and pull it out. Now, after having taken out the sensor, it's now time to remove these clips over here. Looks like right here the cable is wired here, so I have to remove that. Alright, so it took a little twisting, but now we have the air box cover off. Last time we just remove this filter. Comes off. Oh shoot, this thing's dirty. Oh crap. But yeah, well, I guess good thing I'm replacing it because it's dirty either way. It needed replacing. But yeah, now remove the filter. Now this whole box comes out with just this one bolt. All right, now just take a 10mm socket to remove this bolt over here, and then this will disconnect the whole air box. Now with that bolt removed, we could just wiggle this box out. All right. Wiggle this whole thing. And just like that, the whole airbox now comes out. So now we have completely removed the lid, the whole airbox. Now next is to remove the inlet tube, which this tube is connected right through here, those things. And there's two clamps over here. I'll try to get a better angle. Just grab yourself some needle nose pliers. All right, next up now is to remove right here. There is boom, just like that. Clamp, you just grab your needle nose pliers, squeeze it together. All right, so now after that, there's now only one other pipe to remove. All right, so after that, all you need is just, I use the needle nose pliers to push it up and the tab comes off. So now just time to wiggle it out again. So that's right here, just use a swivel adapter with a 7mm socket and remove that clamp right there, and this whole thing should just wiggle off. All right, after removing that, this whole thing should just wiggle right off. And just like that, you have now removed the inlet tube, and now it's time to transfer over some stuff from the factory airbox into the Roush Cold Air Intake. All right, we're gonna begin by taking this rubber grommet right here off. All you have to just twist and pull, and it should come off. Boom. And just like that, we're now gonna transfer this one onto the Roush. So on the Roush intake box right here, we're just gonna put it right here and just push it in until it's just like that. It is now installed. All right, next we want to remove this steel spacer in this rubber grommet. First, just pull out the steel spacer. Now with the steel spacer out, you just kind of have to push through, and there's a lot of elbow grease in this one. And just like that, we have now removed the steel spacer. All right, now right here on our Roush Cold Air Intake, right next to where we installed the other one, we're gonna put the steel spacer. So just kind of squeeze it on right on through. First, just the rubber grommet, kind of squeeze it in. Give it a twist to make sure it's properly seated. Same with this one. And now with that on, all I have to do is just push in the steel spacer, and just like that, we now have it installed. Now, right below on the upside down of the stock airbox, you just want to squeeze this little arrowhead shaped one out. pull it up. Boom. Just like that, after some hard tugging, we got it out. All right, and just like where it was on the stock airbox, we just want to grab this arrowhead and push it right back in on this side. Boom. Just like that, we now have all the rubber grommets installed. All right, now the last thing left to do from the stock airbox is we have to remove this factory sensor. So all you have to do with needle nose pliers, you just grab onto it and then twist it where you want. You can see here this little shape, this thing. If you twist it right, there's a little hole for it to fit right through. And after that, it will just come right out. See? And then you can just pull it right out. And right here, there's a little arrow right here showing you where to twist it. So now with the sensor out, all we have to do is now transfer it to the Roush Cold Air Intake. Instead of having it on the cover, we're going to install it on the inlet tube, fix it, and to install it on the cold air intake right here, make sure this hole lines up perfectly, and you just push it through. And then on the inside, once it's all the way through, boom, you just twist it back to lock it in place. Now with the sensor locked in place, now that's all we have left, and now it's just time to install it back into the car. Alright, so before installing the tube, we have to connect this, and this is what will feed it straight directly. This little dirty air intake will feed it straight into the box. So you just push it in and that should be it. Alright, last thing before installing the box is to make sure all of these are removed. So some people have it connected down here. We just take a pen removal tool, take this last one, and just like that, boom. For now, we'll just move it out the way. Alright, and just like that now, we just install the whole box. You just kind of have to just wiggle it through. Yeah, just wiggle it through, push it. You'll know when it's in because you'll feel it kind of snap, and then this the steel spacer right here will be right in place. So now we have the new box in. All right, so next is to install back the 10mm screw right back into the mounting place. Just want to keep tightening and make sure it's nice and snug. And there. Well, I think it says to go 8 Newton meters for torque, but just make sure it's nice and snug, and that should be it. All right, now the next step is to attach the intake to the tube. Just make sure you put it on. Boom. Just like that. This will go here. And make sure you put this kind of upwards so that way when you install it, it's easy access. But for now, just use a 8mm socket just to tighten up, but not with a ratchet. Not too tight. We're just snugging it in place. Alright, next step is to now feed the intake right into here. Kind of put it so the sensor's up. That way it lets it slide through and twist it. And now we just have 2 bolts to put in. And for those, use the use the 2 bolts that were included in the kit. These are both 10mm sockets. And there you'll feel once they're tightened in place, and that's it for that. Alright, now that we have this screwed down, we want to take the sensor. You kind of want to route it below here. And you just want to take the sensor, and now all you want to do is just plug it in. And now just how we had removed these clips, now all you can do to keep in place, that's all, any one of these, whichever one, doesn't matter, all you have to do is just push it on through. And boom. Now the cables all nicely put away. Alright, now we just want to take the new inlet tube and the coupler. All you want to do is just slide the coupler right over. Alright, so I'm filming this later because my phone actually died on me. So here's the tube. Here's the first one we have to get on. This one you just use the needle nose pliers. And then there you can see the blue one. That was the second thing you get on. And then after that, on this side, here you can see the 2 clamps. So really you could just push in from, I had my mom help me. But you could just push in from here and make sure you get the clamp over. And then yeah, that was it. Yeah, so it's just that. You have to just push this over, make sure it gets nice and over onto the actual turbo and then tighten it up. And yeah, that's it. So it's pretty simple. All right, now to get this part in, you want this detached, and then you probably need another hand, but you probably need some help. But pushing it from here gives you really good leverage. And you want to make sure this clamp over here, which one? This one right here. I want to make sure you keep that one loose, so that way you guys get over. I had it too tight for a while, but yeah. So now that's it. So now it's just time to tighten up the clamps. All right, next, after tightening up the clamps, you just want to reconnect the two hoses. So next, after tightening up all the hose clamps, and remember, don't forget to retighten this one right here for the air intake. Now the last part is to put on the lid. So use the included little washers and you just kind of slide the lid in. You have to match the cutout with the frame of the body. And now the only thing left to do is just use the included screws and just screw them all down, and then that'll be it for the installation. For these screws, just use these are T30 Torx Bit screws. Like that, the Roush Cold Air Intake is now installed. Alright, so now I've got my car clean, and I actually got the engine clean too, as you can see. So here's the Roush Cold Air Intake, all nice and pretty. Yeah, so pretty smooth install, and so it's a pretty smooth install. It's really nice. There's more turbo noise as I've noticed. But yeah, it was a pretty nice install. Wasn't too hard, just a couple hours in the under the hood, and that was it. So yeah, really nice upgrade. I like hearing a lot more turbo noise. But so that'll be it for today. So I'll see y'all later.